This week on Cartoon Dumpster Dive, we cover the movie The Plague Dogs. We don't have like a melancholy version of our theme song where it's like where that's the sad thing.
No, let's just play why must I be like that? Why must I chase a cat? Nothing but the dog and me.
Yeah, we do that too. But this week we're going to cover The Plague Dogs. The only reason we're covering this, or I had the idea, is we were covering The Last Unicorn, and this is like one of the. It's like, oh, this is one of the most disturbing intended for children animated features, along with The Last Unicorn.
And I appreciate this, Andrew, because I could have went my whole life without seeing this and been happy.
Oh man,
because all this movie does is make you sad.
This movie is a downer.
I'm sitting there and I'm like, okay,
from start to finish,
maybe
quite literally.
I keep waiting to feel good at some point in this movie, feel happy about something in this movie, but no, there was nothing but sad depression.
No, it is fucked up how sad this movie. Like nothing. Well, no, I take that back. There are a few fucked up things that happen. That quite several fucked up things. One of the things that happens this movie, we'll talk about it in a sec, but it's kind of like a hat on a hat with this one character. But Joel, how did this get made?
So Andrew, would you be surprised to find out that this is based off of a book?
No, it reads like a book.
So,
it's one of those old book movies where it's like they don't quite know how to translate like dialogue from a book to okay, these people are going to act this out.
Yep.
And so it's like almost like every line is delivered as though they're just reading the book.
So book, same name. The book is by Richard Adams, which this man just loves to do sad, heartbreaking stories about animals because he did Watership Down.
Yeah, he's of Watership Down fame.
And
he loves to watch cute critters go through it.
And that's really kind of the history of this is they made Watership Down into a movie. And there was I guess someone somewhere had a thought of, you know what? Watership Down was not sad enough. Was not heavy enough for children. What other sad book has this man wrote? Oh, The Plague Dogs. Let's do that.
You know what's crazy is he's probably like, if people who knew him, he's probably like one of the most upbeat, positive people ever. Because if you ever notice, like people who make super depressing art or media, they're honestly like pretty happy people.
Yep.
Like who's that one horror anime guy or manga guy?
Oh,
Ichito?
Yeah, whatever it is,
something like that. Yeah, he's an incredibly happy man, and blah blah blah.
I've got a theory that is like people who is like, because Richard Adams, he served during World War II, so I feel like when you've been through some shit, it's like one of those things you kind of. And if you learn how to kind of make peace and move on with your life, you're happy, but that darkness is still deep down inside of you, and you gotta let it come out some way or another. So why not write books about animals and, make it some like allegory about war, some shit like that.
Yeah.
So this movie, it was written, directed, and produced all by Martin Rosen, who did Watership Down, the movie. It aired on, what was it? Shit. It was released on October 21st, 1982. They brought in animation on both sides of the, Atlantic, Britain and San Francisco. They had British animators and U.S. animators who had worked on Watership Down, and some people who had worked at Disney. They brought this team together. The team consisted of Arthur Herbert Stone, Alan Simpson, George Jackson, Colin White, Brad Bird, Phil Robinson, and Rita Scott to animate this series.
Nice.
Goldcrest Films invested €900,000 or pounds, British pounds, and it only earned $308,000. Was not a successful movie at all.
This was not received well like Watership Down. I think it's because it's almost too cruel what's happening.
So Jake,
to those poor dogs,
dude, it's rough. So Jake Eboats, who he actually helped finance this film plus Watership Down, he actually said that he thought the filmmakers made two errors. He believed that the film was downbeat with an unhappy ending, unlike the book, and was made without a distributor.
Okay, neat.
But that's it. It was I still I don't understand, cause Watership Down, I don't think that one was a big success either, in the box office.
I don't think we mentioned it being one. Maybe it was though. Maybe it got a cult following later,
and
some movies do.
The sales of it.
Yeah, home release.
So I just looked it up. So Watership Down they made their money back at least, and then some. But they had a distributor because they had distributor rentals that helped with that money.
Gotcha.
So that would make sense on why this movie did not make its money back, because it's too sad to take your kids to.
No, it's too sad to take you to.
Yeah. If you have a heart, which most people, I feel like the only way someone's going to be able to watch this and not, feel something is if they hate any type of animal.
Yeah. Especially if they hate dogs.
Those people who just hate animals for no reason.
Yeah.
Those are some sadistic people.
It's weird. It's a weird thing to take.
It is.
I'm
not saying you gotta like animals.
People are I hate dogs, and you're hate them? You can be scared of them, I guess, but hate them?
Look, dogs.
That's a red flag to me.
Dogs aren't always my first choice when it comes to pets. But that doesn't mean I hate dogs. I like them. No. They're cute. I'll show them attention. I don't want to live with a dog, but hey.
Yeah, as a man who lives with 3 dogs, I don't want to live with a dog either.
So,
but we have, these are all probably predominant British people, but you got John Hurt as Snitter, Christopher Benjamin as Rolf, James Bolam as the Todd.
The Todd.
And then, as we said it right before we started the Patreon, but Sir Patrick Stewart
Yes.
is at the very end of this movie as the major.
You never see
And
his
it's like,
face.
you can-
You just see a hand.
You beat him from a mile away, and he's like, "We've got to stop those dogs."
You literally just see a hand come into frame, pointing at a map, and the voiceover, and you know immediately who it is. Like, oh, that's
But
Patrick Stewart.
I say I don't know how much we want to indulge in this movie because it's like, do we want people to go see it, or should we be like, it's maybe mild spoiler warning?
I won't. I guess because I had to, when I say suffer through this, because it's not a bad movie.
No, and it's really well
The
animated.
animation for 82, it's solid. The story, the overall story is a very good story.
Right.
But man,
It's just
the
so
movie
sad.
the movie opens up on a sad note. Like the very
The movie
beginning
opens up on a dog drowning
for experiment.
for science, and you're just like, no warm up, no.
no introduction to characters, just like, you know what? Buckle in. This is what you're in store for.
And then, and like they even do such a good job. Rolf is a lab mix, and he's got the gray muzzle, so you're like, he's an older boy, and he's definitely a boy. But none of these dogs are neutered. In this movie.
I'm gonna say something. I don't think I've ever seen animation on a dog where it's like, I felt like I was just watching real dogs. Like the behavior that they animated, it's like real dogs.
Oh yeah, they act. I mean, like when they get hurt and they mention themselves, like they lick their paws. They had to, like
Like watchdogs.
they had to just it's almost like they didn't, but they almost like it feels like so fluid. It's like they rotoscoped these dogs.
Yep.
But it's just like, just it starts with Rolf drowning and being pulled out, and then like the hits just keep coming.
Dude,
And that goddamn smooth fox terrier Snitters, the goddamn merchant of death.
dude, right? Holy crap. Like he really is.
Got his first master killed because his master tried to save him, got hit by a truck. And then this is the part of the movie. So Snitter, he had some sort of surgery done. I can't remember exactly what they said, but it's like we wanted to test to see if an animal could experience the unconscious and the conscious realm or something like that.
What?
Because he's severely haunted by, he knows he killed his master.
And
then finally-
basically they wanted to see if they could surgically put a brain together where you are constantly reliving your PTSD at every waking moment.
Yeah, at every waking moment. And like the one part where I felt like, oh, this is a little excessive and the upsetting. Yep. So they clearly provide, by the time this happens, that Snitter is very upset that he killed his first master. He has these weird psychoanalyst dreams, but he's awake about killing his master, blah, blah, blah. And then that one guy finds him. He's like, oh, you're a scared little pup. You're a scared little pup. And he goes to jump into his arms, and his paw hits the shotgun that this guy had, and it fucking blasts his face off.
Yep.
And I'm like, he needed more?
Dude,
there's no like not really saving a guy's life, but he just gets love without killing a person. We can't have that. What fucking the fuck is this movie?
In every dog or pet movie, what's the happy ending? What is the hope? It's that they find like a master. They find their forever home, right? I felt like there was multiple times in this movie, in my brain, trying to guess where the movie's going. I'm just like, okay, this is it. This is going to be their savior, the person that's going to
we
adopt
made it,
them.
yeah.
No, not one
Never. Not
bit.
once.
They dangle it in front
fact,
of
they
you where there's a little hope. You're like, is this it? Is this it?
Once they meet up with that fox, that's when they've pretty much signed their death warrants at that, because that fox teaches them how to kill sheep so they can survive, and so now the humans are like, those aren't dogs anymore.
Yep.
They're varmints. They're sheep killers, and fucking A.
Dude, this movie.
Once they learn, so the reason this is called the plague dog is these dogs are it's like this horrendous animal testing facility for war. I don't know. But anyway, the bubonic plague is in there. And they're afraid that these dogs that escape that lab now have a weaponized version of the bubonic
Basically
plague
COVID.
in them or something. Yeah. Yeah.
It's basically the
Instead of a bat,
Wuhan,
it's a dog.
the Wuhan Research
So-
Center.
That's actually a really good. I didn't think about that till you said that, but yeah, pretty much. So they got COVID, Dovid for dog COVID, and so they call the fucking military,
Dude.
and I really thought, I don't know, maybe a naivety spoiler, but the Todd, they go really close to the Todd.
Yep.
See, this is another thing in the movie. They just call him Todd.
Yep. And
Like if they did it now, because we know how to interpret books better to the screen.
it really is like, I thought he was going to betray them because
Yeah.
the Todd is a fox that they meet.
Yeah, he's a fox.
And I thought, surely the Todd is going to betray them. But the Todd is, he's a fox, he's sly, but he's still there to help them. He doesn't even get a happy ending. No
No,
one.
that's what I was just saying. I'm like, surely he's going to make it. And then, no, he somehow accidentally clears the fence near a military van, and the dogs just tear him apart. Not Snitter and Rolf, but the military dogs, all the German shepherds. And you're like, and the sound that fox makes. Oh, is a horrible screech.
They really wanted to go realistic with all of it. They're like, we really want to
Fuck
drive
me.
it home.
Ugh. It was just everything. God, they never give these poor dogs a break. The only thing I can compare this to is the Precious movie. Because that movie is nothing but horrible things happening to that girl.
Yep.
From start to finish. It's what these dogs are going. They start with no moment's peace. And, finally the military catches up with them, and they're basically we don't have to live with masters. We could just be free. And they go swimming. Or no, they don't go swimming. They're running from the military. They're getting shot at.
Yeah, they didn't just go
Patrick
for a
Stewart's
leisurely swim.
But I don't know why. But Patrick Stewart's I want those fur-bitten varmints obliterated. But actually, he's pretty upset about the whole thing.
Yep.
He's like, the poor miserable bastards.
And that, to me, that
is my what Patrick Stewart impression.
I like it. I think it's good.
You like it? Thank you, Joel. I was Professor Xavier.
To me, it does kind of. It's weird because it's all the characters, all the human characters in this, except for the head scientist.
Oh yeah, the scientist people don't give a flying.
But every
fuck.
other
We
character,
don't care if you kill.
They all they'll say they feel bad for the dogs, because throughout the whole movie, you kind of hear what the town folks are saying and things like that as a narration. Yeah. But they all feel bad for the dogs. Oh, it's so sad that this is happening to the dogs. But ain't nobody helping the dogs.
Yeah, nobody wants to do that. Well, they're even the sheep herders are like they killed the sheep, but he's like, the poor things are hungry. They shouldn't have been out there, but it's too late to make them pets after they kill the sheep.
Yep.
That's why everybody started. And then once they learned that they might have a weaponized version of the plague, that's when but that's like how this movie ends, is they're about to be shot at, and there's like, Rolf is talking about, we could see an island in the distance, and they go swimming out to the coast, and they keep swimming and swimming and swimming. And Snitter's like, I can't do that. I can't keep swimming. He's just, and Rolf, like, he's like, the island is right there. I see it. And,
but then they go into the fog. You don't see them anymore.
Yeah. And, the fucking Time and Tide theme, the theme song, I guess the capping of this movie plays, and it's a song about letting go. And basically it's over, and you're like,
it would. I told Brittany,
are you fucking kidding me?
I told Brittany, I was like, this song, like, it comes on, and it's just like, isn't it good to have a friend that will die with you? Basically, like, it's just like, what the hell did I just watch?
One of the people who was part of the animation team of this movie was a Disney veteran who had animated the vicious hunting dogs in Bambi. So this guy is... These guys were well versed in tragedy animation, is what I'm saying.
I imagine that, like, that job posting, we need an animator that's really good on, like, vicious animal cruelty.
Who can draw the best animal with pain and sadness in their eyes?
Dude,
me.
Some of the drawings that they would use for the backgrounds when they would kill sheeps and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, some of the drawings of the dead sheep, it was disturbing. Like, they did not filter the blood. Like,
no.
It was...
This movie is so just intense. And it read like a play in a way. Like, the way the characters talk, it was a very British style of movie. And I mean that in, like, both terms of theme, because them Brits love their depression, but just also the way, I feel like almost all British media, and this might just be dumb American talk, all British media, it could be a stage play, but not all American media can.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying.
See what I mean? Like, this might be a bad example, but you could do The Toast of London on a stage.
Okay.
But I don't think you could do Breaking Bad.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I mean,
those are two
I might just
wildly
be talking out
different
my ass.
shows, by the way.
That's true.
I mean,
Community.
I thought you would at least kind of get in the same genre, but not even close.
No, not even close. That's not how I do. There were some, so only 8,000 copies were released to VHS.
Okay.
This is the longest animated British movie.
Really? Because what? It runs...
I know I said it earlier, but, this movie was completely hand-drawn. There was no rotoscoping or computers.
Good job at it, too.
And according to the film's writer and director, Martin Rosen, the film did incredibly poorly on release, and an elderly couple approached him and said, "How could you do that to those dogs?"
It wasn't me.
And then, years later, he's just like, I can recall a few times while I was making this and post-production, why did I make this? And it's like, do people really want to see this? And then he's like, apparently not.
Yeah. There's a reason why.
Yeah, nobody wants to see, like, so think about the movie where this is the best way to describe this movie. Think about a movie where the dog dies. You know how that scene made you feel? Okay, now do that for an hour and a half.
You remember when Old Yeller got shot? How sad
When
that
Old Yeller
was.
got shot.
Imagine 80,
Or they tackled
80
Airbud
minutes.
really hard, and yeah, you're like, fuck.
Can I just get a break? Just 1 minute.
Can we just, even them eating is sad because it's like you feel bad for the sheep because they push it off a fucking cliff. And you're like, fuck. Nothing. Nobody's won this entire time. Even the humans are just like, we really don't want to do this. We don't want to kill these dogs. But it's like, they had to. Everybody was just doing what they had to do to survive. And I guess that's the real lesson. Survival is horrible and depressing. And it sucks. And then when your back is against the wall, you have to do what you have to do.
You know what? You might be
that's
right.
what this movie was. And Ralph said it himself. He's like, I would rather die fighting for my survival than to just sit here and starve to death.
Yep. No, you know what? I think that's the ultimate meaning behind this, because
Yeah.
why else would you want to subject people to this level of
It's like
cruelty?
Well, it's different to be a sad book than a sad movie, I feel. You're more, most of the time when you see a sad movie, if you're seeing a movie at all, it's around a group of people. You know what I mean? And you don't want to this has nothing to do with manliness, but nobody really wants to be seen crying in public.
No.
It's an initial reaction that's something you don't want to do because your emotions have welled up to where you have to fucking cry. It's such a weird thing that our bodies do. And it's like, to just have 90 minutes of like, you're not emotionally prepared for any of the things that's going to be happening.
Now, Andrew, did you actually ever cry during this movie?
I got close.
Okay. All right.
But I watched it. I watched it at my place of employment.
So
I'm not trying to cry in my uniform.
I kind of like it kind of, there was a part at the end. I can't tell you exactly which part because all of it is just so sad. But it's like there was a accumulation of like I can't, like, no matter how much I fight back, I feel it. It's building up, and I'm like, these dogs just can't catch a break.
Yeah, they can't catch a break. And then they die.
Or some people, I think it's like, are you a glass half full, half empty? We really don't know if they died, because at the end of the movie, they show an island in the distance.
It was too far away. No, they didn't make it. If they're where I think they are, that means they were, because I think they were in Ireland.
Okay.
And that means the island that they probably saw over the horizon was the United Kingdom or something. And that's like, I think, that's not happening. Those dogs did not make it.
But remember,
no, the ending theme song would have been like, they made it to an island, not the tides of change
Isn't
and death.
it great to die with a friend?
Isn't it great? Those dogs totally made it. Dee 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 dee. It's like, it's Rastafarian. The dog island.
Hey, man.
hey, they made it. Yeah. No, those dogs are dead.
That's what I believe. I believe that too, but I'm just like, if you want to hold on to hope, there's your hope. But it's,
yeah.
I don't know. Those dogs did not have good luck, you know?
No, they did not have good lives. They did not have good luck. And you feel for them every step of the way.
Yep.
But Joel, time to move to your new reoccurring segment. Reviews that have the plague and reviews that are a good dog.
Ooh, very nice, Andrew. All right, so this movie is sitting at a 7.7 out of 10.
It is a good movie.
With over,
us joking.
Yep.
Yeah, us joking about the premise aside, it is a fantastic.
It's a really good movie. I do suggest everybody, like, if you watch it,
it's a one and done. You're not going to want to go back. I don't ever want to watch this movie again.
It's
but
like
not because it's bad.
It's like what people say about like Grave of the Fireflies. It's like,
which we'll probably cover this May.
Like, it's super sad.
Let's make it a sad year.
But had over 9,800 reviews. There are plenty of reviews to talk about with this, Andrew. So I'm going to start you off with the 1 out of 10, titled So Upsetting and Heartbreaking. I'm going to start off by saying I don't find this movie offensive, but I think it's absolutely awful to watch. It's so upsetting. I don't even know if it's worse than Watership Down. Seeing it's by the same author, I watched this movie and I couldn't stop crying when I watched both Watership Down and this awful movie. By the way, I love dogs, but I have been warned many times this movie is super upsetting. I shouldn't watch it, but I can't help myself. I had to watch it and now extremely regret watching this film. Watership Down is usually on at Christmas, but it's the computer animated version from 2018, which is much more tame, but still extremely sad and shocking. Never watching these movies again.
I don't think that deserves a 1 out of a 1 star. I mean, her reason for it is like, oh, they're sad. And it's like, yeah, but sad things can be good.
Exactly. So this is a 10 out of 10, titled School Children Should Be Made to View This Movie. I watched The Plague Dogs last night after finally managing to grab a hold of a copy. It was the first time I've seen the movie in 19 or 20 years. I read the book not long ago. I must say, I feel very depressed as I write this. This film is gritty, realistic, and uncompromising. I'm not sure whether I agree with the changed ending from the book or with the slight change in the Todd's character. But overall, you have to give Martin Rosen and his team credit for coming up with what was overall a fairly faithful adaptation. I recommend this film highly and believe all school children should be made to see it. It may make a few of them campaigners for animal rights. I also noticed Brad Bird, who directed The Iron Giant, was one of the animators.
So the original ending is they get saved and Snitter is reunited with his original owner. So you learn that he didn't kill him. And, yeah.
See, that's the happy ending you're wanting in this movie. But the movie...
You know what? I kind of gotta agree with the sadder ending. It makes it a way better movie.
You said so yourself. Just because something is sad doesn't mean it's bad.
Yeah.
Right? But it is like... After you first watch this, we've had some time to, I guess, like digest it and, see what comes out the other end. But when I finished it the first time, I was just like, no, I want a happy ending. Like, I just had to sit through 80 minutes of basically dog torture. Yeah. I want to be a happy ending.
Yeah, I want them to be okay. But I don't know. For me, yeah, it does just sit better because it feels like them getting saved and everything is a cop out.
Yeah,
like how they avoid their military execution and blah blah blah.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Sometimes you need that sad ending. it reminds us that sometimes you don't always get what you want.
Life sucks.
Bingo.
Yeah, sometimes it's bad. Sometimes, not every ending has a happy ending. You need to experience those things in life. You need to experience those things in media as well as life.
Yep.
I feel like that's a big thing in mental health. It's like you need to watch a character or a hero lose a time or two.
Exactly. Just like the movie The Mist. That is
I was just about to say this is the exact the book ending of The Mist. They get saved, and it's like even Stephen King is like, "Fuck, I should have went for the movies." So
I love the ending of that movie.
It's fuck.
It's rough.
That's the best way to describe that one. Yep. It's fuck.
Yeah, it's so rough, but just like this movie,
it makes it so much
it
better.
Does.
But yeah, I mean, I guess that's a pretty good closing comment. I can't recommend this enough, but I don't recommend watching it after. Once you watch it once,
you're good. It's going to stick with you.
Trust me, you're not going to forget anything
that one guy in the comments, it took him 20 years to rewatch it again.
Yeah, maybe when I'm 56, I'll watch it again. But yeah, if you'd like to reach the show, maybe request something a little more upbeat, you can go to cartoondumpsterdive.com. There we have a store and a place to request. If you don't want to buy a shirt and you just want to support us all the way, you go to patreon.com/cartoondd. There we have a $5 tier that gets you stickers and pins mailed to your door, access to bonus episodes and extended audio, as along to our Discord that gives you the mega requests, where your request goes to the top of the list. We are Cartoon DD on Twitter. We're Cartoon Dumpster Dive everywhere else. If you're listening to us on YouTube, please like, comment, and subscribe. And for all you other people listening to on regular podcasting platforms, please leave us a 5-star review. It always helps the show so we don't get shot or drown or hunt by the military or some other depressing, awful death. I'm gonna have to eat some cookies.
Yeah,
I gotta eat my feelings.
Gotta go get some ice cream.
Have a great rest of your week.
See ya.